Won't you tell us all about it?
Start at the beginning.
Yeah. And when you come to the end, stop.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girls. It's the girls from your nostalgia world. It's Kay Renee and Amanda A. And we're back with a new episode. Yeah. We're back like we never left, man. And we're here live with you. Well, we're not live, but when you see it, whenever you see it, you will see it live for yourself. It'll be in the morning, the evening, the afternoon, whatever time you may see this content. And when you do see it, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you, again, like the content. Make sure you leave us a comment because we would love to hear from you. Make sure that you type us down at the bottom and let us know that you're out there.
It's free. It costs nothing.
It costs absolutely nothing. It's free. We're not like one of those info commercials. We're not trying to have you sponsor a child for their next meal for the price of a cup of coffee, which has now gone up. And depending on where you get your coffee, it's not like 79 cents a day, which I was wondering, like, who's getting coffee at that price? But I'm guessing, like, you know, since they started those commercials, like back in the early 80s, maybe coffee really was like 79 cents for a cup of coffee. I don't know, but you can't get no coffee like that. My coffee is $4.86 a cup. And I am sad and ashamed to say that. But whatever, it's my drug of choice in the morning and it's legal and I need it. And so therefore, whatever. So, yeah, we're back. How are you doing, Miss Cupcake, aka Amanda?
I'm surviving, you know. It's kind of sunny here today, even though it's cold. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's good. It snowed here. It's wintry mix here. And in case anybody does not know what wintry mix means, it means that it's a mixed bag of freezing rain and ice and snow all mixed together. And you know, that sounds like a really bad alcoholic drink that you should not probably order all the time because you'll be like really drunk really fast. So this is what we're dealing with. I went out and I shoveled earlier and I cleared a path, and I cleared a path not just for walking and on my porch, but I cleared a path for the road so that when I need to pull out or whatever and get out of the parking space and drive, I have clearance. And I swear, maybe within a matter of, after a few hours, it looked like she did nothing, but I did. So I feel like I did accomplish a lot with that. And so when this stops, I won't have to do as much shoveling and clearing from if I would have just left it all day, and then it would have been more and then more stress on my back. So I do, you know, appreciate looking at the snow. We haven't had it here in a while, as I was telling Amanda. You know, it's been some years, and I'm used to, you know, growing up in Washington, Seattle. It's like we have snow, you know, and it's not just, oh, we're gonna have a rainy winter, but it's something we actually, you know, was lucky to see this winter. So I am very surprised and I'm happy. And it's bringing good energy because the Seahawks are playing tonight and we need them to get to the Super Bowl. So I felt like I would wear my Seattle Seahawks gear and send them some good energy out there. And also I have created my own little Pacific Northwest dinner. So I'm going to have salmon and red roasted potatoes and spinach. and I'm gonna cheer on my Seahawks all the way here in Baltimore. So yeah, that's what's going on, and I feel like we're gonna make it back to the Super Bowl. So I'm excited. So yeah, that's
such a healthy meal, like alternative to the traditional buffalo wings and such.
Yeah. I wanted something nice and warm and hearty and healthy, and knowing that I'm here in the house and it's a snowy day, but I do like, my Sunday dinners to feel like it is dinner and not like the average pizza and wing night. So I definitely am, looking forward to my dinner because it is a good choice. And thank you, sis, for telling me that, because I feel like, yeah, I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm making good choices still as this year has started. So I'm really happy that I'm still on a really good path. So yeah, thank you. So we are going to introduce you all tonight to a new segment, and it is called Please Stop. Does I have that right? Yes, please stop. Please stop. In the words of just so many things, and it may just like be very minor, or maybe it's major, depending on how you look at it. But it's the things that we feel as though that we would like to stop now, immediately. And then we're also going to give you a little something different with our show. You see, we got a little get to know us, and we're going to get to know each other on a different level. Like, we've been friends for like decades. Okay. And you know that because you heard us tell you about that on our first show. So we gave you the soft introduction to us, but there's things we don't know about each other. And we would, like to kind of get an idea because, it's like, gosh, who's this imposter? I've been calling her my sister for like over 30 years, but it's like certain things I don't know about her and that we've never really had a discussion about. So you guys get to have an insight on something also that's new to us. So it's going to definitely clue and cue you guys into more about who we are as we're learning about who we are. Okay, if that makes sense. I hope all that made sense to you guys. So yeah, but we want to just kind of pretty much, get started with something that I feel like is a cute little icebreaker to bring in the show. And don't forget, make sure you comment and let us know, like, what would you like to just stop? Like, please stop. It's just, you've had it up to here with it and it's over. Like, it's done. Okay. Here's my thing. Please stop making new medications for things that we've never even heard of, for illnesses that just were created overnight.
Right? I feel like, how many people even have?
Exactly. What's the percentage? I need to know. Sis, you have one?
Okay. Yeah. I'm so glad you went petty because mine's petty too. Mine's even more petty. Mine's way. So this is something that's been bothering me for many, many years when I'm watching television, movies, whatever, it doesn't matter. This thing comes up over and over and over. And I'm talking to actors right now, not actors, mind you. I'm talking to the women. Please stop touching your fucking hair right after you touch something nasty. Usually it's the trash. So start watching for it. You'll be cursed like I am. They will touch the trash, bag it up, take it out, put it in the can. Next thing you know, they're flirting with some fucking guy in the driveway, and they're like, and I'm like, bitch, you were just touching the trash. Like, now there's raw chicken all over your hair. I can't. I can't. I want them to stop now. Because I know in the movie it's pretend, but you're supposed to be real. So.
Yeah. I get that. I understand. Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
So I know I got passionate about it and it's meaningless, but that's what I'm all about sometimes. Yeah.
It's all great and it's all good. And, I really appreciate you really, taking the time to be honest about something that really crawls underneath your skin. I do.
Or like really. In a horror movie, they'll touch like a dead animal they just found. Mm-hmm. And they're just touching their fucking hair. Next thing you know. And you're like, you didn't wash your hands. I just watched you touch a dead animal. Like, what are you talking about? Why do you keep touching your hair?
You just put a whole leash around his neck and walked him outside like a puppy dog. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I got another one. And this is coming just because of the fact that I am a thousand Jackies of all trades and I do so many things. But it bothers me a lot. Car manufacturers, can you please stop adding more electronic type of devices and things? You're making the younger drivers less safe because they get to rely on more technology inside of the car, which makes them a more aggressive driver. And I'm tired of you putting things on cars that we didn't have as we were younger coming up, and we drove just fine without these things. We knew how to park without a camera. We knew how to look to know that people were next to us and we wouldn't just be moving over. We need you to stop selling cars to younger drivers and only sell them to older drivers who needs assistance with those features, because that would keep the accidents down. If you put one more fucking camera / beep beep in the car, soon everyone's going to just get in the back seat and let the car drive them somewhere. Stop it.
Which they're showing that doesn't really work. It fucks up a lot.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, stop it. You're not helping.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Thank you.
So shout out to Jennifer and Pumps on I've Had It. That was inspired by them segment.
Yes, Jennifer and Pumps. I had it.
And we will continue with it in that spirit.
Definitely. They have inspired us to definitely do our own thing in the sense of kind of also paying a homage to them as well. And for the fact that, as we are best friends, we wanted to kind of put something like a spin on something for us as well that would make it special. So if you guys come across us, hi. So we have our own, questions that, again, like I just teased and mentioned, that we're going to be throwing in here tonight. It's something a little different. And when we do come back, don't forget, we haven't forgot about our movies, and we will be coming back with a Chef's Kiss movie when we come back. We're not going to tell you about it, but just know it's something definitely put you on that path and a shout out. Here's a tease. Definitely inspired from Jim Henson. That's all I'm going to say. And that could be anything, folks. That could be anything. So you can wrap your head around.
There's a lot of good ones.
Very, very. Okay. So, Amanda, would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I can.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Kelly.
Wait, I'm sorry. When I was putting this together, what I kept hearing? Hey, Alex, sir. Yeah, and like it was giving me. You can't do that on television, like vibe.
Like we're talking from the open lockers.
From the locker, yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Okay.
I don't want to
Okay.
get in the locker, but I like the metaphor. You.
Yeah. I like the gloves.
They're compression gloves.
Okay.
But they're kind of cool, huh? I wear them
Yeah.
inside out. I think they look cooler inside out, so you can see like the seams.
I like them. I need those right now so I can feel like I'm on the football team because they wear gloves.
I got them on Amazon.
Naturally.
Yeah. I think it was like 2 pairs for like $15 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I might need a pair because I type a lot. And because I do type, I want to try to prevent carpal tunnel. Don't you just love how we go down a whole rabbit hole of some other shit? We weren't even talking about that.
I haven't asked a fucking question yet. But yeah, they're kind of they're warm. And it's good too if you want to put on like an ointment or something. Okay. Then you don't want to get the ointment all over everything. You just put the glove on and then you can keep doing shit.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll get back to the questions now.
Whatever.
Okay.
Not important. Okay, Kelly, I was going to ask you, what's the first thing you remember wanting to be when you grow up?
Oh my gosh, what I wanted to be when I grew up as the first thing?
Yeah, because you know how it changes, but like what was the earliest?
Yeah. You know what? I wanted to It's so funny. I wanted to be a star. I wanted to be a star.
Just like Star Search, like anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wanted to be a star. Like, I used to perform in my house to my family and like Madonna songs. I used to sing them and like create little dances and stuff. And then I changed from that. And then I decided like I wanted to be a physical therapist. And that's where I was pretty much trying to be. And then that changed. And then for the third time, it was to becoming a news broadcaster because I was like, I talk so much. Maybe I need to be on the TV and do the news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? That could still happen. So
yes, it could. Yes. I feel like I'm doing something right now as I do this show, especially to give entertainment and, breakdowns of topics that we talk about. And it's my kind of news, so I like it.
It's a free flow of realness.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Yes. Okay.
Well, for me, I was all fucking over the place.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. I don't even think it changed every year. I think it changed more often than that.
Really?
I think the first thing I can really remember, is like,
mm-hmm.
I think I wanted to be a teacher when I was like in kindergarten.
Really?
And then it started. Yeah, like when I look back at the like there's these little books that you can write down, you can put your little school picture and what you want to be when you grow up and stuff. If I look back in that book, it says teacher.
Wow.
So, yeah. But that was just that, and then it changed really quick. Like it changed, and it changed so often. Like
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it would be like ballerina, like 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 everything. So yeah, I was all over the place. And then it would go through the sciences because my mom was super into me being in the sciences, and I was of course good at them. So.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not my thing. And then I got into the arts.
Okay. And that's
I was
you stopped
always
right there.
I was always drawing, but I got into like drama and more into the arts as a teenager.
Okay.
So yeah, it's on you. Miss.
Okay. All right. Who was your first celebrity crush?
That's one of mine.
Are you serious?
Huh? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. My question was just, what are some of the crushes I had over the years? Because it's like I was trying to think back at what my first one was, and it's so hard to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was always so boy crazy. I can't remember when I wasn't. So
okay. You said that started early.
The earliest one I can remember, Kelly, check it out. It was Michael Jackson and Prince.
Really?
And I was trying to remember, and they're so different. Like,
okay.
They have almost, I feel like they don't have hardly anything in common.
Okay. And except for like a curl.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, they But I just mean like their personalities and stuff.
Right,
and
exactly. Right.
Even
it's different.
Prince being a very tiny little man, for instance. Anyway.
You said it was a tiny little man.
For me, it's like I never had a type, right? Like I always just, for me, it was like a vibe.
Okay.
So yeah, I was into both of them when I was very young, like kindergarten age.
Okay.
And I remember when I went to the Prince concert in first grade, and my teacher was horrified when I told her that I was going. She was just like, because of course, she thought I was enough.
No, please tell me you're going to be safe. Who are you going with? Why are you going?
My godmother took me. So yeah,
okay.
I was full on in because like I remember being 7 years old. It's one of my earliest vivid memories.
Okay.
Being at that fucking Prince concert and just like Sheila E. was opening.
Oh,
and it was
man, I'm sure that was awesome. So awesome. Oh,
the lights were out. She was playing drums and all kind of things with these like light up. I was 7 years old, so I just remember like lights, and I remember Prince coming out of this bathtub in nothing but purple underwear, and it was just so sexual,
Right, very sexual for your little age at that. Cheesy peas.
Yep, that was my godmother.
Yep.
Shout out.
Yep.
Shout out to Sharon. Anyway, thank you for that question. Yes, I was looking forward to answering that question because I was going to ask you. So now it's on you.
My first celebrity crush. Oh wow. And that's just, oh man, it's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, there were so many. But I really, because my first concert that I went to was New Edition. And I was like 6. And I loved Ronnie DeVoe. I loved Ronnie DeVoe. And I just thought he was so cute and tall and just like, it was everything about him. Yeah, I liked him. And then it just all went up from there. It became like just all the other teeny bopper boys, from all the other movies. But I didn't really have a crush like on Michael Jackson or anything. I did just have like this wild like obsession though, like with Madonna. I like Madonna.
Yeah. Simultaneous with Michael Jackson. Yeah, at the same time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I also did realize that I liked the bad boys in the movies. So it was anybody that was like the bad one. It was like, yeah, he's the cutie pie. Like, that was like who did it for
Christian
me.
Slater, like Christian Slater kind of.
Christian Slater, definitely. Kiefer Sutherland, especially when he was in Lost Boys. I think I liked all the vampires in Lost Boys, and I so, but I definitely like, and it's always the sarcasm that, of course, that always pushes me towards them. Like, hell, I had a crush on Scar, and he's a damn animated lion. So yeah.
He was a frassy lion.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was that lion. And
you know what? He was a queen too.
He was a queen, and so was Mufasa.
They were straight off of the fucking Drag Race.
Yes, they were. And listen to how Mufasa talked to Zazu. Like, just in so many ways, he would have been like, "Ciao, go ahead now." When he was like, "Zazu," when he said that smart little shit out of his mouth, whatever, he was giving him the whole report with what was going on down by the water hole, and he was
Zazu's
like,
his little bottom,
yeah, definitely the bottom, definitely the bottom.
Oh shit.
Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
Okay. From childhood do you most miss that is actually that you feel like is just gone now? Like not something you can still find, like a Snickers bar or something.
Right.
But just something that's like in the past.
I think the unknown adventure is gone because of the fact that it was still like the magic of, you just getting on a bike or walking for miles wherever, didn't matter. And, not even wondering how many steps you had and how far, you got to go and then still got to come back home, and just finding just stuff that really you could get into or be entertained by on a regular basis just because you made it your own. And I think as we've gotten older, I think for me, it's like, it's more of the cautious now. Like, I can't just be that adventurous being as I'm an adult in my middle age, so I miss that, part of growing up as a kid.
Yeah, like now we gotta go online and make sure it's got like a 4-star review first before we're gonna
yeah,
like
like who's been there and how was the food and what did everyone say about the atmosphere, and yeah,
we're just not as open anymore. Yeah, I hear that.
What about you?
There's so many things, really, because I am so nostalgic. I can get so like stuck in the past. But yeah, I would say it's kind of similar to what you were saying, but more specifically, I miss ignorance. I just miss not knowing shit. Like before the internet, when you could just know to an extent a lot of things at a time, and it's too much, and the human brain is not made to take in that much new information on a constant basis.
Yes, like a merry-go-round, just constantly spinning and will not stop.
Yeah, like
it's just whipping more shit inside.
Yeah, we're not meant to know about this many people. Like deal with this many personalities at a time.
Right.
So yeah, I just miss a simpler time when we just like so aware of fucking everything.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy because it's like I would have never have known that I would be experiencing what I'm experiencing today, and I guess just being oblivious to the fact of being a kid and not really, really thinking so far ahead into the future. Like, yeah, it's going to be cool when I'm like 46. Everything's going to be still all right and fine. And you're like, whoa, like what country could I go to at 46? Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, I get it. Totally there with you, man. Totally.
Yeah,
there
you don't take into account as a kid that the world is going to grow with you.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's
going to be a whole different scene.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got one for you. This is gonna, and it might go with me as well. I'm not sure. What was your go-to hangout spot back in the day? Where did you find yourself more at when you were a preteen growing up?
Well, we were kind of basic bitches, you and I.
Right. Right.
We pretty much would hang out at my apartment. Like we lived in the same apartment complex, right? So it'd be like at my apartment or sometimes at Brett's apartment, our friend Brett. We'll keep him on a first name because we haven't talked to Brett in a long time. We don't know if he wants to be involved.
Right,
but yeah,
exactly.
He was our buddy. So sometimes we'd be at his apartment. And we also would hang out at the cabana.
At the cabana.
There's a cabana at the apartments.
Yeah.
And there's a pool table. We would play pool. And there was a record player. We would play records.
Yeah.
And there was I remember there was all these old Reader's Digest books or some shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
It was kind of boring. Sometimes we hang out the swimming pool and we would walk to Fred Meyer a lot. So we were basic bitches. Sometimes we go to the 7-Eleven or something to get some junk food. I mean, that was pretty much it. I guess, sometimes the roller skate deck.
The skate deck, definitely the skate deck. Oh,
yeah.
I definitely would say more so the cabana more than anything because of the fact of the pool table and just the spacing and, Vera asking us to hand out flyers and stuff and put stuff on people's doors and everything like that. So yeah, I definitely would say that. And also Fred Meyer. That was definitely a go-to hangout spot.
Yeah, Fred Meyer, especially doing the photo booth, we would get so excited. We had so many, we would have things we would do at the Fred Meyer. We had business to conduct. We were not there just to loiter. We would shop, we would get food, and we would get in the photo mat, and we would take these fucking pictures, a lot. And you can see we weren't vain. We weren't doing our hair first or anything.
Oh no, man. Not even a little bit. No.
I mean, that was
me in my day.
We were just children looking like children. We weren't trying to look
Yeah. We were just enjoying our life and just, again, my Don King bangs looking straight up like an antenna to the sky. Crazy.
Oh, the beautiful confidence. The beautiful confidence.
Yeah. Your turn, dude.
Shit.
I got a good one.
Okay. Can you talk about a time when you realized you were different from other kids your age?
Yeah. I would say I think I realized that at the age of, wow, 9. I thought I always had these really different tendencies of feeling that I was definitely not like everybody else. um and I say 9 because I think that's really when it was really sinking into not of, well, my parents being divorced at a very young age when I was like 6, and then just, being with my mom, like moving forward until I got older, where I was able to visit with my dad. But yeah, just really starting to develop within my own, and noticing that the type of friends that I had were not like me. Like, I noticed that, I liked girls also, and I liked boys, but I also noticed that I like to, you know, try to have this sense of humor where, I'm observed and looked at as to be like, oh, she's funny. I always felt like a whole thing of cleanliness and neatness was just something that should always be, is to represent yourself. And I noticed that other people, like my friends, weren't kind of looking at things like that. I liked older shows like black and whites, and stuff that my friends wasn't necessarily watching. And I found different type of humor and comedy in old fashioned things. And that's when I, again, as I am now, I'm still that girl, which sticks out to a lot of people living here, because I don't come off as somebody that's from here. Like, I seem to be different in ways that not just from here, but my personality gives off like she's very free. And we don't really, and never really met somebody like that. And so, yeah, that was the time. Like, that third grade era for me was definitely giving me that where I could remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have that natural curiosity that I used to think everyone had. And the older I get, the more I realize that it's kind of special. A lot of people don't have a natural curiosity. A lot of people don't want to learn anything they don't actually have to learn. And a lot of people aren't interested in doing anything if there aren't any witnesses. They don't want to improve themselves unless someone's watching. And that's, I think, what makes you special, is somebody who wants to self-improve all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Even when it's not on the record or towards like necessarily a specific goal. And I feel like I have that too, kind of. That's what we have in common. Is not being like lazy thinkers. That even when you're sitting and resting physically, you're still working on things with your mind.
Yeah, definitely. Constantly spinning, evolving, wanting to create. It's never, and I'm okay with it, and I guess, for me, it's always why I say I fear the other generation of kids, like like they missed it, because they don't know. And for me, it's just like, I feel no matter how old I get, like, this is just how it's supposed to be for me. Like, and it makes me thrive, and I need it. It keeps me moving, and it makes me, again, keep the energy for making stuff happen that people would feel like, gosh, don't you think you do enough? Don't you think that's too much? Like, no, it's still something I'm interested in doing and achieving. So I don't think it's too much until I'm done making it too much. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I feel the same. I have a lot of examples probably if I were to really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that really stood out to me though when I was thinking about this was I remember being 8 years old, so about the same as what you're saying. And I remember sitting at a table full of adults, like after dinner. It was at my aunt's house, like, and there was, neighbors and whatever. And they were talking about homosexuality. And I remember, of course, when they're talking about homosexuality, they're always talking about males.
Mm-hmm.
That's always what's insinuated. But whatever they were saying was very like submissive and borderline like discriminatory.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't hateful, but it was ignorant. And I just remember thinking to myself, why would anyone choose to be gay? Like, that must be some way you're born.
Right, especially to the fact, like, knowing the consequences it was giving people back then, and
Right.
the problems and the stress of it all, trying to really be closeted and hiding.
And I just remember this being so clear to me in my mind as I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting listening to them speak, that it was just crystal clear, like, no one's going to choose that, so I don't know why you think it's up for discussion. It's not a choice, so why are you trying to talk people out of it? First of all, and why
Mm-hmm.
do you care anyway?
Right.
And I remember being 8 years old and trying to explain this to I remember trying to explain it to them. So that's just
They're
one of
like,
my
excuse
earliest.
me, little girl.
I just remember thinking, if someone their age isn't necessarily thinking like this, like someone my
Mm-hmm.
age definitely usually isn't. So I just remember feeling different.
Yeah,
I felt different all the time because I fucking am. But
I did
that's
too.
one example where I just felt like there's something going on in my mind that I need to not keep under wraps. Like, I need to share this with people because it things just make sense to me that for some reason other people find difficult. I don't know. Concepts like that hopefully our listeners and a lot of people do understand and agree with. But
I
too many people don't. So that I just remember when I was first realizing that as a kid, that things don't make sense to everybody.
right.
Some people they go around with this weird bent logic, and I don't get it.
I was not exposed to any like sexual behavior or experiences as a young kid, and I didn't watch anything either with any type of scenes of sex or things going on. I had an older sister that basically was, I mean, she's 8 years older than me, but I always had like a curiosity about sex at a young age, also, which I thought was very weird. And I was aggressive about it because of the first experience of me having was with this kid that lived across the street from our house, and it was around the corner from our house, and it was like a whole, like, from the bottoms down, like, let's just flash each other so we can see what's going on. And I promoted this, like, I made this happen. And I got in trouble for that, actually, but not until like 3 years, like 2 years later after it happened, I got a beaten for it. Like, why? Like, that's later. But why didn't I get in trouble then? But Yeah, I guess because my sister was in trouble, so everybody was in trouble. So, yeah. And I remember doing things like that I shouldn't have been doing at a young age with friends. And so, again, I wasn't exposed to these things technically until I would say like cable and being able to look at movies where there were scenes and, things that I snuck and watched as I was older, but still not old enough where I should have been looking at these things either. So, um, I just wanted to share.
It's not weird. It's just the thing is, if you have a natural curiosity, it's not going to be limited. It's going to be over many subjects and many areas.
Okay. Well, thank you for making me feel like it's not you.
No, no, and that's the thing is like it really isn't. And it's what's weird is that we've been told to feel weird about it. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
I will just point you to a movie that I saw recently that I think is very cute that you will probably find some value in on this topic, which was Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Which is on Netflix right now, and it's cute. It really it brings you back. It's in our era. She's a little girl in the 80s, and she's getting her first period, and it's just, I don't know. I love coming of age movies. A lot of people don't, but that's one of my like sweet spots. Is I
and where can I find it? Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, I love a good coming of age movie, like all over the place. I mean, if it's bad, I'll off, but like I'll watch a lot of them, and they're just really therapeutic,
I heard that it was a good movie.
It is. It's got Rachel McAdams from Mean Girls is the mom.
Okay. I'm going to check it out because I got some time, and it's a snow weekend type of day / whatever. So yeah, definitely going to check it out.
I think it's really time to like start removing the shame of female sexuality. I mean, in general, not just with females. Like, I know males have their shit to deal with too, for sure. But specifically, there's a lot more shame around female sexuality, and it really, we're at a time where we don't need that. Right. We never needed it, but it's time. It's time. I mean, time to be done with it.
Yeah, and I think once people get out of their head trying to visualize how the sexual acts happen, when it comes to like same-sex acts, that's where people can move on. And I think that's what stops them in their tracks. It's the mental process of like, even to transgender, people as to like, what's going on down there? I would like to, I'm wondering, I'm curious.
Yeah, it's none of your business.
Yeah, that's exactly. Exactly.
It's only your business if they like you and you like them.
Yep.
And all consenting, whatever. Like, otherwise, it's not your business.
Nope. And you know what? You can go the hell on and leave everything to be what it is because everybody's happy.
Yeah, if you're not happy, figure it out. It's got nothing to do with what other people are doing.
I want to ask one more question, friend.
All right, here we go.
Okay. What era? See, now I just threw my own monkey wrench in because I was like, I may want to hold that one. Wait. Okay. What was your favorite? No. Damn, I wrote so many good ones. Oh, but I want to. Okay. What's something people assume about you? that isn't true.
Oh. Like now or in the past or
Let's go past, because you know how we are now as we're older. We don't talk to a lot of fucking people, so we don't care what anybody assumes now.
I will say, yeah, like I'm gonna go back all the way to elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when I got really tall before everybody else.
Mm.
So right now as an adult, I'm 5'9", which is
Okay.
tall, which is tallish for a female, but it's not like a giant, you know. But
Yeah.
back then, I was growing really fast, and I was always the tallest in the class.
Okay.
So everybody always assumed that I was the most mature, which in some ways true, probably, but
Okay.
not in every way, because I was very sensitive.
Right.
So they would assume that I was like big and strong, like I'm the fucking security detail, you know? And no, like I'm not a fighter. I got in a lot of fights because I'm spicy, but you know, that's not my way to be
Right.
physical. So yeah, that's an assumption that I ran with for many years, is having to get over this, like the assumptions people make about you because you're tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to shout out another Netflix movie called Tall Girl.
Okay.
It was kind of cute. Kind of cute. I related to it. I think there's
Okay.
two movies, Tall Girl and Tall Girl 2. They're cute.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
there's
you're like,
like 1 and 2. Okay.
but yeah, just being a tall girl, and like when you have a boyfriend, he has to like stand on the curb to kiss you and stuff. Because it's hard to find boys your height until a certain age. Because boys grow slower.
Right.
So unless you're going for older boys, they're
Right.
usually
That's
shorter.
already like probably against the age, you know, where you shouldn't even be hooking up with those boys because they're against the age.
I didn't really
Legal.
go older very often. I usually about the same age. But yeah, what about you? Like, especially at a younger age, what do you feel people assumed about you when you were younger? Because that kind of stuff shapes you later, you know.
Yeah, it does. For me, that I honestly, it comes to the way I walk. I have I have a walk. It's very distinct, and I basically perfected this walk because of the fact of me being not kneed, where my knees knocked and went in, and also slightly pigeon toed. And I did not want to walk where those two flaws would show for me. And so I basically put together like a whole different walk so that it gave off this impression to people that I was stuck up and that I thought I was above everybody, and that I walked like I was very prissy, and it wasn't anything to do with that. It was the fact of that my feet basically turned inward, as to also my knees knocked because I was heavy set. And so I didn't want, like I said, that to show. And people would always tell me that I thought I was above everybody because the way that I walk, and that I was giving off this impression that I was a snob. And I got a lot of that, especially when I was coming here to visit. And then when I also moved here, I got that a lot. And I tried to, I guess, defend myself and explain, Like, no, it's not anything to do with that. It's the fact that I'm just really not trying to show anything other than that. And I don't ever think I'm above anybody, because the way I grew up, I never had anything, unless I took it or it was given to me by people like you and, other good friends that I had within my circle. And it's like, yeah, I don't come from that kind of lifestyle being above anybody. I was treated a lot of the times when we would go out, or go somewhere, so yeah, that would bother me a lot. So yeah,
That's so weird because that's because it's purely something physical happening. You would think it's something people could get past, like after not that long,
Right, exactly. Right.
It's like when you meet somebody, sometimes like something's weird, but then after a few minutes or a few hours or whatever, you don't even. So that's so weird. That's interesting. I never thought about that, but when you're saying it, I know what you mean, where it's like people think because you're like, squeezing your muscles tight and doing this, it's like you're uptight. And it's like, no, I'm trying to just like carry myself a certain way.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
not trying to portray anything more than what you see. Because I'm
it's
not
not deep. Like, why don't people just understand it's not deep. It's
no,
not
it's
even
not.
It's not even anything, let alone deep.
Right. So yeah.
Just like being tall. Who decided to be tall? Who decided to be
was like, oh, I want to be this.
Who decided to be gay? Like, it's all these things. Like,
you don't decide.
If you can't get past these things that are just the way people are, you're not going to be able to enjoy anything.
No. And if you hide from these things, especially, as far as to not be happy being within your own truth of who you are in life, you're missing out, and you're going to have to get past it. It's like the fact is, if like, your parents, well, my parents, I can speak for myself, and the factor, like, my mom knew I was out doing crazy shit as a teenager, as to the fact that I've gotten to be older. I'm my own adult. I have my own house. And so, yeah, of course she knows I'm still a smoker toker, because I'm fucking grown and I can, you don't have to come over here with it. Other than that, just know that it's something that, again, it's not leaving my life. So therefore you get used to it or you don't, and that's that. And looking at it as she knows I am older, like technically, yeah, what's wrong with it? She's got a successful job. She's doing well. She takes care of her son. This doesn't seem to be a problem or an issue in her life that's holding her back from not accomplishing whatever. So yeah, no need for me to trip and be crazy about it. Yeah, exactly. So
it'd be interesting to see if she would change her behavior at all, if she'd known in the past that her efforts would be futile.
Yeah.
If only they'd know. They're gonna keep smoking. Like, just let it happen.
Smokes? Yeah. And I'm not making you put your cigarettes in the trash, so don't leave me alone. Yeah. So I think that was a nice way to kind of break in on some icebreakers for me and you, and also to give our listeners and viewers a chance to kind of get to know us a little bit more. I think that was a nice little, break away from our normalcy with the movies or the content within games or shows or whatever, which we are bringing that back. So don't forget, make sure you subscribe and like our channel and, content, and comment, please. Let us know you're out there. We won't bite. We want to hear from you. It's free. So come on and join the cool train, with the cool kids, which is us. And like I said, make sure that if you haven't checked out all the other content, you can go back on the page and you can definitely see that. Make sure hit the bell at the bottom and subscribe. And we will be back for another episode. Like I said, go Seahawks. That's where I am definitely sending all of my good juju tonight because they're playing tonight at home. So hopefully they win this game. I'm excited for them. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my wonderful self-care Sunday and eat some good food and get ready for this wonderful work week that we call Monday. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You got any plans, Amanda, for yourself for the rest of the evening?
I mostly do chores, which is fine. Because you know the way I eat, I'm always either cooking or washing the dishes from the cooking. That's the main thing.
Right.
And I think I'm actually gonna wash the bedding. So yay, go to sleep in warm, fresh bedding tonight.
Nice.
And then I'm just gonna play some politics in the background and kind of freebase it like I always do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Okay.
Not the healthiest, but it's entertaining.
Hey, you got to remember what we said, what makes sense to you. So again, you like it, I love it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm okay with it. If you're not okay with it, don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, we're going to sign off, you guys, for this show, this episode, and we will see you again on the flip side of the coin in another couple of weeks. And again, have a great week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Share the information and the content with a friend, and come on back and join us for the next one.